Hey guys, Roblox 2025 here, and today I'll be doing a review on the Brickmania North Africa Kubelwagen. So, this release was part of the Mystery Crate Part 2, and I did an unboxing video earlier, and with that said, it retails for around $100 and contains one minifigure, and that's pretty much it for the intro. Now on to the review. First up is the minifigure itself, and if you look up close, you can see some nice detailing in the torso, and I especially like how they did with the creases. The only issue with it is that the printing is far to the right instead of like in between, which is tinting is a QC issue of mine. And as for leg printing, I think Brickmania did an absolutely amazing job with it. I think some of the 3D printing really pops out a bit. I'm not really sure, but what it is sure is I do like that the skin is like kind of match the flesh tone of the minifigure. So like some little details like the socks, and in the back one, usually the back printing is really just weird and stuff, but in the case of this minifigure, it's actually really fairly clean, I would say. Also like the sleeves on the minifigure, especially the matching skin tone as mentioned before. And as for the head, it's pretty standard. I think you just use the same facial expression, just with the goggles. You also get a tropical cap with some insect details in it, which is really nice. Also get some 3D printing, a slight 3D printing, but not too much. So that's pretty much it for the minifigure, and now for the build. So here's the North African Kubelwagen itself, and since I don't own the original 2019 Kubelwagen, I'm going to talk about the design on this version. So for the design, I really like it. I mean, I really like that Brickmania put a lot of advanced techniques into design, and I think this is one of Brickmania's. I think this is one of the most accurate representation of a Kubelwagen in minifig form, as far as I know. There's probably some better ones, but I'm not really sure about that. So with that said, very nice looking kit. And as for detail, so for the original version, they have the printed doors, which they retain in this version. And as for the back, you also get some details too, just like the original. And if you open the trunk, you get some engine detail. You also get some seats, as well as a printed speedometer, really nicely detailed. And as for the front, you have unlike the original version, you actually get some printed headlights, as well as the shovel and the jerry can. But unfortunately, you don't get like a machine gun, which is kind of sad, considering the price you have to pay for it. And like I say, the only issue I do have with the coloring is that this black windshield, which I understand why they chose this option to make it cheaper, but I don't know, it just doesn't really look good. And it's pretty decent. My biggest issue is that this thing is very fragile, as I think most of the durability issue comes from the front, as this piece does break off easily, especially with the fenders and stuff. So it's quite difficult to put your minifigure inside, as when trying to get the minifigure in, you have to take off, I think you have to take off the fenders first to fit in the minifigure, or else this steering wheel will break apart. But other than that, you can fit the three minifigures quite well. And another issue I do have is that it does have an issue with rolling due to this piece blocking this wheel, which does get annoying, but which is a big issue, and I wish that Brickmania could have found another way. But I guess I think it's somewhat worth it, considering that most people would not really use it for play, mostly for display. So I'm guessing why Brickmania decided to keep it that. So that's pretty much it for the Kubelwagen, and now for the conclusion. Overall, other than some some durability issues, as well as some coloring such as the windshield. It's an overall really good kit. I really do like the inclusion of the minifigure, as it's an overall excellent fig. But my biggest issue is that the price is a bit too much, considering that around the same time this was released, the Bantam BRC was released as well, which not only included a nicely printed minifigure, but also a perfect caliber PPS H40, as well as having more pieces around 195 compared to 187 for this kit, and all only costing around like $5 less. So had the kit been like a regular release, it could have been around like 90 or 85 or something. But with that said, I'll give this kit an A-, as most of them are just minor issues. That's pretty much it.
Goodbye, New York town, goodbye, Miss Liberty. Your light of freedom will guide us across the sea. Every